So it's a Monday, that means it must be time for Transfer Roundup. Of course, talking about Nottingham Forest specifically, so it's going to be absolutely mental with the amount of players that we've had leave and come in. There's so much to talk about, so let's get on with it, shall we? Oh yeah, by the way, we are Premier League. Forest shirt has finally arrived after 5 weeks of waiting. 5 weeks too long. Hasn't broken yet, so that's a good thing, I suppose. Look at that though, Premier League logos on a Nottingham Forest shirt. Speaking of shirts, by the way, next week, or maybe actually this week, I'm going to rank all the Premier League home kits and maybe away kits in the same video, if not separate, so stay tuned for that. So the first transfers I want to talk about aren't as high key, but they are actual transfers rather than just rumours. So Richard Herrera has gone on loan back to Toronto. It makes sense. He was never going to get game time. Don't really know why we signed him. Didn't really work, even though he looked alright whenever he did play. Brian Hayder has also gone to the MLS to play for Real Salt Lake on loan. I hear it is with the option to buy. So again, a bit of a bizarre transfer. I think it was on deadline day last year, so it just came out of nowhere, that one. Xander Silva has gone to Dijon permanently, and so has Nuno da Costa. Let's just take a moment to think about, well, not just da Costa, but both of those two and their time at Nottingham Forest. So enough of that. There's not really much I can think of, actually, because, yeah, Silva didn't really do a single thing, and da Costa ended in about 2 years on -1 goals in his entire Forest career. Being as we're talking about rumours out, the only other real rumour out is Joe Lolly. Of course, he's going to be going probably to Australia. A very, very sad moment. We all know how special Joe Lolly's been for us down the years, but it's a shame that, you know, he's gone from being our star to just being kicked out as soon as we reach the big league, but really it's the right decision. And another rumour that I heard this morning, Alex Mighton might be going out on loan to Standard Liège. This is definitely going to mean that we're going to need to sign a few more forwards if we're going to lose Mighton, but he isn't good enough quite yet, in my opinion, for this level. So in the last week, we haven't signed any new players, but my God, we are definitely linked with plenty of players. We're going to talk about them in this video, all the rumours in. We've been talking about this man for, well, the entire window, Morgan Gibbs-White. It's getting a little bit ridiculous now with the amount of money we're potentially going to spend on him. £40 million. I'm sorry, that's way too much money. That's absolutely insane. He's a fantastic footballer, very versatile, very technical, very clever. Causes problems left, right and centre. We need someone in the position that he plays. But 40 million is a huge gamble. We could sign several players for the price of one, and I just don't think it's worth it. Now, I was going to talk about Alex Moreno at this stage, but he has pulled out of negotiations. He was going to sign for the club. He had a medical sorted and everything apparently, but he himself has decided to stay at Real Betis. So, I mean, fair play to him. Whether this means we're going to go and get another left back. In fact, being as I'm talking about a left wing back now, I'll mention another left back that we're linked with, that being Angelino, a potential loan deal from RB Leipzig, ex-Manchester City player as well. For me, this makes more sense than Moreno. I think Moreno is, he's more experienced. He's 29. He's won the Copa del Rey last season with Betis. He's just like a very good player. But from a personal level, I think for most people in England, they would know more about Angelino. Angelino's younger. And given the fact we do have Richards and obviously Toffolo, left wing back, the reason why we're signing another left wing back is because Richards is injured, probably for quite a while. And Toffolo probably can't do it all on his own, and we don't want to be in a situation where we're playing Cole back out there again. So I think even a loan until January, to be honest, would make a lot of sense rather than signing another player completely in Italy like Moreno. So maybe Moreno would have been a good player, but I think Angelino would make more sense. So midfield, let's take a look at the squad depth map this week. It's been updated. Everyone is loving this, by the way. All the comments are very positive, so thanks very much for that, everyone. The midfield is definitely taking shape. O'Brien, I think, is going to be a great player for us. Yates is obviously Yates. Mangala, I think, definitely has potential to be a very good player for us. Colback, I think he did pretty well under the circumstances against Newcastle, but I'm not sure he should be starting week in, week out, to be honest. I think he can start a bit, but I don't think he's the answer. Cafu, he's arguably a low-down squad player, so we do probably need to get someone else in. We saw at the weekend we didn't have Yates. Mangala was never really going to come in and start. We had to play Cole back, and even though I think he did it right, you can get better. And we are linked with a number of midfielders, the main two being Freuler and Hossam Aouar. That is outstanding. That is outstanding. Leicester are linked with him. I'm surprised about that because Leicester don't plan on signing any players for the next few seasons, seemingly. This would be insane. It'll be a pinch yourself moment. This guy's got so much potential. He's spoken about very highly. I really, really like Aouar. Even though I've not seen him play loads. I've used him more on FIFA than in real life, but I really do like the look of him. And the best part about him is he can play as a number 10. We need someone that could potentially play instead of Lingard in that advanced role like we did with Ghana last season. That's another player we're linked with as well, and rightly so. I just think we need not necessarily another attacking midfielder, but a midfielder that can play further forward if need be. Or if you are going to get an out-and-out attacking midfielder, make sure that they can play out wide as well. So I just think whoever we sign that can play instead of Lingard, make sure they can play in other positions as well, so they have more versatility to them. I do still think Aouar is quite a long shot. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Forest at the moment, but I just don't see that happening quite yet. I think Freuler is a lot more likely, and this is still, again, another very high caliber player we're linked with. He's been to the Euros last year with Switzerland, played in all 5 games in which they reached the Euro quarter-finals. He played for a number of Swiss teams before he moved to Atalanta in 2016. He's a player that's been about the block for a long time. I know more for Switzerland. He's played 46 times for the Swiss national team. So I think this would be an excellent signing. 8.5 million is a vague number I'm hearing on social media. And he can't play further forward like Aouar, but I think it would be a great bit of experience. He is an older head as well, 30. But looking at the bench at the weekend, even though we did have injuries to Cook and Yates and Richards, the squad was looking really quite weak when it came to the bench. So bringing in Freuler would certainly not be a bad thing. James Garner, I've got to get this off my chest, okay? I did a tweet, 2 tweets actually, yesterday, the day that Man United played Brighton and lost to Brighton, and then Manchester United. They're meant to be like the best team in the world. They think they are anyway, when they're just not at all in the slightest, and that's their problem. They still think they're elite, but they're just not. Point is, 5 subs are now available in the Premier League. Ghana did not come on. They made 3 changes with 2 minutes left. That was completely and utterly pointless doing that in the first place. But Ghana wasn't even included in that. What on earth must he be thinking? He was a regular for us in the Championship and in a very good Championship side. We're now promoted. A massive part of him would have liked to have stayed and played in the Premier League with us. And now, as it stands, he's just going to be a bench warmer behind McTominay and Fred. Fred's alright to a point, but McTominay, I'm sorry, there's no way on earth that he's better than Jimmy Garner. Garner, for his own good, needs to leave Man United, whether it's a loan to another Premier League club or, for the best of his career, and I will be slightly biased here, rejoin Forest. Rejoin Forest. It ticks every box. We need a player that can play in that midfield and play further forward. It just makes every bit of sense. And this is the thing that is so baffling to me, okay? We're potentially going to get Morgan Gibbs-White £40 million, okay? That is extortionate. It's ridiculous, that amount of money. And yet we're not even willing to pay half that for Jimmy Garner. I just don't understand. Like, I love our business as a whole, but I don't get why we want to invest so much money in Gibbs-White, but we don't want to try and sign Garner. Because if we put even half that money towards Man United for Garner, I'm sure they'd accept it. They're arguably as good as each other. They're 2 different kinds of players, but I don't understand that. And I just beg we see sense when we try and sign him. You know, I've seen some reports recently that we may sign Garner, but like, please, just get it done. Just get it done for his own good. Just look at this picture. He looks so depressed. Cheer him up. Anyway, some other players, when it comes to the wings and potentially down the middle, especially one of these players, that being Said Benrahma, a rumour that's come up recently from West Ham. It's ironic that it's from West Ham, isn't it? Can play on both wings. I think he can play as a 10 as well. 26 years of age, is a little bit out of favour at West Ham. I think would do a great job for us if we had to use him. I'm not sure if he'd start, but it's excellent option to have off the bench. He did great for Brentford back in the day in the Championship, and I do think he's still got a lot left to give, to be honest. And then another player is Cody Gakpo. This is like our level of madness, because this guy has got so much potential and so much hype. He's only 23, can play on both wings, just like Ben Rama. 21 goals last season for PSV in all competitions. Would be an amazing bit of business. And if we're going to loan out Mighton, and given the fact we've lost Lolly and Silva, we do need at least one winger, to be honest. Is there any other players? I mean, up front is definitely an area we need to be investing in. For me, it's probably the #1 priority. Keenan Davis, Shea Adams, they've been spoken about a few times. Shea Adams has kind of resurfaced recently. I still am holding hopes for Davis. The only downside about Davis is his injury record. We've been linked with a guy from the Netherlands, Hornkamp, in the last week. 24 years of age. He only joined the club he's at in, is it William 2 in January. Got 4 goals in half a season. But in the lockdown season, he got 20 goals for this team. I think really we're looking pretty set in most areas of the pitch. I mean, let me know, everyone. What do you think? Do you think the squad is shaping up very nicely? Who else would you bring in? Is there anyone you'd get rid of? Like, you know, just let me know in the comments below, everyone. I really enjoyed doing these transfer roundups over the summer, and I hope you've been enjoying it as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. There'll be one of these every week until the transfer window closes to the end of August. Obviously a vlog this weekend for West Ham. Gonna do the kit video soon, and yeah, plenty more as well. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all very soon.